from southern Ontario up north. We're in northwestern Ontario right now, outside. Hey guys, this is going to be an epic adventure going back in time. I drove 20 hours from southern Ontario up north. We're in northwestern Ontario right now, outside of Red Lake Outfitters. Harlan's inside, he's getting some things ready for us. We're going to be flying in. We're going to get dropped off in the middle of Woodland Caribou Provincial Park. It's like flying back in time. And this is going to be the most epic catch and cook you've ever seen.
Williams Whitefish, this is one of my go-tos. It's got a really good wobble to it. And you'll catch good walleyes on that. You'll catch some lake trout on that, and also really large pike. Then we'll get you some jig heads.
You need some jigs for, do you think for walleye? You need jig for walleye, or? You're
going to want a jig for walleye quite a bit. So these twister tails, stuff like this. And personally, I like using natural colors because out in the bush, in the water, there's black leeches, there's silver minnows.
Yep.
So I like sticking with natural colors. I know most people are like, oh, you gotta have some chartreuses in there and some yellows and stuff, but in nature, we don't really have that. Yep. So I just stick natural. Not to say that the other colors won't work. It's just what I do.
So in combination of all the things I have so far, we have a couple spoons, a couple Rapalas, Giant and Thompson, Williams Wobbler, another wrap. We're not taking any live bait in here, obviously, so we got some twister tails here, which we'll add on the jigs. I was going to show us how to do that. That and some wire leaders, obviously, for pike, so we don't get broken off. There we go. Now we're set to go fishing. That's the Wayback Time Machine to take us back in the history of when Ontario actually had fish in all of its lakes. So if we're in, it look a little funny. We're in costume for costume. This is the regular outfit for the early voyageurs, the coureur de bois. Jeremy is going in as a voyageur. I'm the coureur de bois. We'll talk more about that distinction. It's a small but important one. Got Harlan here. He's setting us up with the Wayback Time Machine.
The Wayback Time Machine.
Wayback Time Machine.
The 1958 Time Machine. We'll just call it the 1880s Time Machine.
Yeah, that's right. We're going back. We're going back to when there was actually fish in the waters.
This is the beaver.
This is the beaver. We're in the beaver now.
Sorry?
We've had the beaver, now we're in the beaver. Here we go. Off, and it's leaving us alone in the wilderness. Once that plane leaves, we're stuck out here for 8 days. 8 nights, 9 days. It might be a scary thought to some of you guys out there. But I'm glad to be on the ground. It was a good flight, but I'm glad to have my feet back on the ground. It's such a weird thing to get dropped off right in the middle of nowhere. That's exactly what happened. Not even to the campsite yet, man. camp. Oh, it's a good fight now. Yeah, getting close to the boat. Yeah. Hopefully, oh yeah. We got lunch! Woo! My goodness, thing. Yeah! Pretty windy out here. I was having trouble with the net in the water. Set up camp? Yep. Cool. Cook some fish? Cook some fish. So we are literally minutes in, paddling across the lake. I caught myself a lake trout already. This is why you go back in time. This is why you use an outfitter like Red Lake. Harlan will set you up, man. I literally put my line in the water and I've already got lunch. 5 minutes. I didn't even make it across the lake. So we're camping on an island here, and we are going to be eating lake trout for lunch after 5 minutes of trying. Woodland caribou, man. The weather will change pretty quickly, so we're hoping it's going to go back. We normally might camp out by this by the edge of the water. We found a better spot up here. What we're going to do is tuck in to the wooded area. We're told there's actually woodland caribou living on the island here, so we might spot him or her, but we need to get sheltered, so we're going to get out of the wind. We're going to cook up some lunch, so we're going to haul up here a little bit more than we would like. We're on Wrist Lake. Wrist Lake is known for some good fishing, good lake trout fishing. Shelter, water, no, food. We got food, that's a lake trout. Water, we're just screaming out of the lake. What else we gotta do? We're already surviving out here, guys. Easy peasy. Got some wild edibles too. First, we gotta talk about why we're wearing these costumes. Not costumes, they're uniforms. They're very special uniforms. Had I collect Jeremy, self-taking the number 2, a Voyager number 2, already. I don't know, kinda weird. That's what Jeremy does. Alright, let's go find our food and talk about why we're wearing these uniforms. Jeremy, my tent's over there, and oh! That was not according to plan. You didn't even touch it, did you? Jeremy's like, you want to get that one down before it scares you in the middle of the night? I'm like, well, either it's going to hit me or it doesn't. But we did some math, some mental math. It's still 5 feet away from the tent, so all is good. That was the only one that's a Widowmaker. We'd had high winds here for a number of days, so a lot of damage. And actually forest fires too. When we're flying in, we saw forest fires, like small ones off in the distance, and one of the bigger ones is actually on our route. So we have to be pretty mindful of that. We don't want to get stuck. So we have contingency plans too. Sticking with the theme of flint and steel, something they would have used in the 1600s. They would have had metal, and they would have carried around char cloth, which is basically burnt pieces of cotton, and they would have strike that against a piece of flint to make a spark. And if they did everything right, it would get lit, and then they would ignite a tinder bundle. We are not going to be too magical about our tinder bundle. We're just going to use a little bit of birch bark. There we go. Voyageurs would have used a lot of cast iron. We're traveling light, so we're using some steel. This is actually a Voyager grill. It's a Purcell Trench Voyager grill. Kind of fitting. This wood is super dry and it's everywhere. So we're going to make a nice big fire and then we're going to let it burn down and cook ourselves some food. Alright guys, that's what, 5 minutes of fishing?
Yeah, pretty much.
We literally just paddled to the campsite and caught ourselves lunch. That's a probably pound and a bit? Pound point to you?
Or,
more than that?
yeah, I think so.
So it's definitely our lunch.
I always picture things as sticks of butter. There's got to be at least 2 sticks of butter in that.
It's a good fish. And not much effort went into that.
No.
So our, yeah, a little bit messy here. So our uniforms, people are going to want to know why we're dressed so ridiculously.
Yeah.
As everybody on the way in talked about. It's a pretty good flight in, right?
Oh, yeah.
Were you terrified at all?
No, but I forgot how the wind really tosses you around in those little planes.
Yeah.
It's not like the turbulence in a big plane.
No, you definitely feel your stomach go.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're kind of holding on to the seat. You might tighten your seat.
Because it's a windy day. Like, it's not normally probably like that on a not windy day, but...
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I was happy to be down on the ground. The pilot did an excellent job, but I'm happy to be back on Earth, to say the least. So, there's a difference between the Coureur de Bois and the Voyageur. They're both French, I would say. It's also Métis garb as well. There's a little bit of history there. We're not going to go into that part. If you want to look it up, it's a pretty cool history.
Yeah, there's some interesting historical notes about the garments.
Yeah, and so I guess the idea is there are basically two types of fur traders. There's the Métis or the Coureur de Bois and the Voyageur. So basically, the Voyageurs were people that follow the rules. So I'm saying Jeremy's probably the Voyageur in this trip. And the Coureur de Bois, yeah, he's a good guy. The guy followed the rules.
Well, they were licensed and certified, basically, right?
Yeah, and he paid taxes to the government.
Yep.
Whereas the Coureur de Bois said, forget this. I'm going to go way deep in the woods. So Coureur de Bois is French for runner of the woods. So I would go way off in the wilderness and trap or trade for fur with Native Americans that were here obviously before Europeans and the French settlers. And the voyageurs would play by the rules. They'd be employed by the Hudson Bay Company.
I think so.
Yeah, and they would pay their licenses and fees, and they would trade legitimately for fur. And they would be in areas like this, right? Maybe not exactly here, but they would be in areas that would be unexploited like this. So if they wanted to catch a fish, they'd drop their line and go in and catch fish.
Yep.
So that's the basic theme for what we're doing here. We're traveling back in time as early explorers and early entrepreneurs to the area. Have you missed anything?
Do you need to talk about our time travel sunglasses?
You're not going to be 100% legit. We've both got, obviously modern gear, modern shoes. We're not going to be 100% legit. But it's cool to wear the uniform of the time.
Yeah.
It's really what the people of Canada made Canada. And that's how they did it, right?
It would have been somebody's everyday shirt.
Yeah, and the shirts are, Townsend's actually made them on spec. He just said, yeah, that's cool, I want to take part in that. That's a cool project. All we have to do is rinse it off in the lake and we're good to go. That is lunch for a couple of early explorers and entrepreneurs. Let's go rinse it off.
Okay, that was video there is 14 minutes, and but you'll be able to find this video on this channel, and it's going to be in the playlist on my channel. So just watch this video if you're watching this video, and if you want to finish watching this video channel, just go to my playlist. Just click on the playlist and it'll bring you back out to it. Thank you very much. Now, since I don't have a phone, I'm only allowed 15 minutes of film times, the video time. So that's why I'm having to do this like this. So thank you very much, and have a great day.